Hello and welcome back to our law channel. I'm Charles Buist and I'm a personal injury and wrongful death lawyer. And today we're going to be talking about a question we often get for clients and potential clients. How much do clients pay their attorneys for representation if they lose? So let's dive right in. So at our firm, we handle personal injury and wrongful death cases. And we handle these types of cases on a contingency fee basis. So what this means is that the law firm essentially takes the risk on your case. In simpler terms, you get a lawyer without having to pay for a retainer up front. Now, if the case ends in a recovery, whether it's a settlement or a favorable verdict, the attorney's fee comes out of the recovery at the end of the case. And this makes it possible for folks to get legal representation without having to shell out money at the beginning of their case. Now, what if there is no recovery? Does the client have to pay anything? Well, not at our law firm. You don't pay anything to us unless we get money for you. And this is fairly standard in the personal injury world. The client does not usually need to pay anything to the attorney unless they receive a settlement or a favorable verdict at trial. In other words, if there's no recovery, you won't have to pay your attorney. Now, although you cannot recover the time you spent in litigation if your case goes south, you can at least find solace in knowing that you won't have an additional bill to pay at the end of the process. And that's the beauty of contingency fees. But here's a valuable point to remember. The contingency fee model can make attorneys very selective about the cases they decide to take on. It's uncommon to hear about cases ending in no recovery at all, largely because attorneys are unlikely to take on a case on a contingency fee basis unless they're confident about the liability in the case. Essentially, because the attorney is taking all the risk, they will probably want to feel comfortable with the facts of the case before they take it on. Now, in addition to the attorney's fees, there are also costs of litigation to consider. Generally speaking, when an attorney spends money on a case, the attorney is entitled to receive those expenses when the case resolves. These expenses may include things like expert witness fees, the costs of filing a case, and the costs of taking and recording depositions. Now, after the case concludes, either via settlement or a favorable verdict, then the attorneys are entitled to reimbursement for case costs in addition to their attorney's fee. In essence, contingency fees democratize access to justice by allowing individuals who might not be able to afford legal representation to still pursue justice after they've been wronged. At the same time, this system puts the onus on the law firm to meticulously select their cases and work diligently to achieve a successful outcome. It aligns the interests of the lawyer and the injured person, because the lawyers put time and money on the line, and the injured person needs compensation for medical bills, lost wages, and other damages. Well, that's a wrap for today's discussion. I hope you now have a better understanding of how contingency fees work in the legal domain. If you found this content helpful, please show your support and stay connected by liking the video, sharing the content, and subscribing to our channel. We've got more enlightening content on legal matters coming your way, so stay tuned, stay informed, and thank you so much for tuning in.